Well, hello everyone. It's Tyler Ford here, Tucson, Arizona with eXp Realty, and welcome to Living in Tucson, your Tucson real estate connection, where each and every month I dive into the home inventory monthly update, where we take a look at home inventory levels. And to me, it's supply and demand, economics 101. And I've been watching inventory levels. I just think they're the key indicator. And as this market started to shift, I've been keeping track on an Excel spreadsheet just to show what's going on in terms of home inventory. Because in my opinion, the amount of supply, homes on the market, is what drives price, whether prices are going up, down, or sideways. So again, I like to dive in and give people a look at what's going on. But before we dive into the numbers, I like to start with a little bit of news to show you what is driving this market. So I'm going to share my screen here and show you a little bit of the news and again, what is driving this market. So in my opinion, over the last couple of years, the big driver has been just lack of inventory. Inventory levels were as low as they've ever been. And as a result, we saw double-digit appreciation rates year over year. But now what's driving the market and creating things to dramatically slow down is interest rates. Feds have been aggressively raising rates, which has definitely caused this market to slow down. So rates since the beginning of the year on a 30-year fixed, they've gone up about 4%, which is significant when it comes to home affordability. Home affordability has never been as high as it's been. So on a 30-year fixed right now, you're looking at 6.61%. And on a 15-year, you're looking at 5.98%. So inventory or interest rates definitely up. They pulled back a little bit. And I've got a little chart here, which, hold on, so this chart right here, just one second. Are having right now is what is called your debt to income ratio. So as interest rates have gone up, the lenders look at what is called your DTI, your debt to income ratio. And so as interest rates go up, people's ability to qualify for the same loan amount goes down. So typically lenders can go up to about a 42 to maybe 45% debt to income ratio, and that's your mortgage payment and all your consumer debts in terms of a ratio, in terms of what you can qualify for. So rates going up about 4% this year, it's had a major impact and started to slow down this market just because home affordability has never been this high. So a couple things can happen. People can put more money down in order to qualify. They can sit on the sidelines, which a lot of people are doing, and or buy a less expensive home or hope that homes pull back in value. So, or a combination of both. So we're starting to see that. Interest rates have, or inventory levels have gone up dramatically, which I'm going to show you. But we've not seen a huge pullback in home values as of yet. We've seen a little bit of a pullback, and to my surprise, it's not as big as you would think it would be. And I did a video. You can go back to my YouTube channel and take a look at the video that I did just to show you the pullback that we've had. So with that, I am going to I'm going to share my screen again, and we're going to dive into home inventory levels. I'll write it down, and then we're going to jump over to an Excel spreadsheet and going to give you a visual as to what's gone on with home inventory. So I'm logged into the MLS, and right now I've got Tucson pulled up, single family homes, and right there shows the amount of single family homes listed in the MLS. So right now there's 1,713 single family homes listed in the MLS. For townhomes, there are 176 townhomes listed in the MLS. If you look at manufactured homes, there are 127 manufactured homes. And then lastly, we're going to take a look at condos. Right now, listed in the MLS condos, there are 108 condos listed in the MLS. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over, pull Excel spreadsheet. We're going to plug those numbers in. I did it this morning, so we'll see if anything changed here. So single family homes, 1,713, that's the same. Manufactured homes, 127, that changed slightly from this morning. Condos, looking at 108. Again, that changed a little bit too by one. And then townhomes, 176. So that's the same. So if you take a look at the total active listings in the MLS for Tucson is 1,948. And so from last month, we're up 69 listings. So nothing significant. But if you look, when I started doing this, I started to kind of have a hunch that we were reaching the top end of this market and inventory levels were starting to shift. So when I started doing this back in July of 2021, inventory levels have gone up by 59.03%. So almost 60% we've seen home inventory levels go up. So it's definitely turning back more into a buyer-friendly market. There's a lot more homes and listings. Buyers are now able to negotiate price, seller concessions. I did a video on that. I'd encourage you to go watch that. And here's the visual. So this gives you a pretty good look at the visual of what's gone on since I started to track this. But something to keep in mind here, this little dip right here, Tucson, for the most part, there is some seasonality as the temperatures cool off and the winter visitors come back to Tucson in the fall, winter, and spring, there's a lot more demand. So curious to see what will be happening through the fall, winter, and spring to see if there's more demand than there is supply, which is then going to keep inventory levels the same, maybe lower them slightly. And again, the impact that that's going to have on home values. The other thing that I like to look at is Zillow. And the one thing that I've been doing with Zillow, because Zillow, we can get Tucson and the surrounding areas to get kind of a bigger picture look. Percentage wise, it's been coming out right about the same. So I've got Tucson pulled up in Zillow, And if you look, there's 2,388 listings in Tucson and the surrounding area. And then the other, that's for sale by owner, which is 298. I'm going to plug that in as 292. I'm sorry. And so typically what happens as inventory levels start to go up, there's a lot more homes on the market. Days on market go up. What typically happens is there's less for sale by owners because it's harder to sell a home. So we've seen FISBOs. We'll take a look in my Excel spreadsheet. Last time I checked, for sale by owners or have gone down slightly as well. So 238.88. I did this morning, so that changed by one. For sale by owners, 292. So if you look here, so there's a total Tucson and the surrounding areas included for sale by owners, 2,680 listings. And that is up 116 from the previous month. And the total change since I started doing this, 21%. And then the total change from month to month, 4%. So not anything hugely significant. Home inventory levels are maintaining and nothing major. And as far as home prices going down, in my opinion, we'd still need to see a huge flood of inventory in order for home values to pull back, and they have pulled back slightly. So if you look here, this is the median home sales price in Tucson for October, the October report, which I've got here for November. And if you look at the appreciation rate that we've seen, so in 2022, we've seen a total, and this is again on single family homes. It's going to be a little bit higher if you put townhomes and condos in there. But we've seen a total appreciation rate of 7.89% this year. But the bulk of the appreciation, I shouldn't say the bulk, the appreciation came from the beginning of the year, January, upwards to June. And I called out that in May, I thought the top end of this market was going to be May, June, which sure enough it was. So all of our appreciation has come in the first 6 months. And a normal appreciation rate is anywhere from about 6 to 8%. On a good year, 10 to 12%. Over the last couple of years, we've seen double-digit appreciation rates in the low 20%. So it's been, abnormal over the last couple of years, but we're starting to get more into, if you look here, so we're at 7.89% appreciation rate for this year, and we've been going sideways since June. So this is just a little look, a visual of what's gone on with home values. But the top of this market was right in here, which was June of 2022. So that's what's going on with home inventory levels. And again, my opinion is that as long as home inventory levels stay in the range that we're in my opinion, don't see a significant pullback in price unless something dramatic happens. And that's why I look at inventory, I track it on a daily basis. And again, to me, it's the leading indicator. One other thing that you can do, what I would encourage you to do is each and every month, hold on, let me pull this up. So each and every month, I do a monthly market update, and each and every month TAR puts out some really good information in terms of some stats. So if you're one to want to geek out on the numbers and really dive into the numbers, I would encourage you to head on over to Tucson Homes. And if you scroll down right here, you're going to see the Tucson monthly market update. If you click on that, you're going to get my market update, and I go over some numbers, my favorite numbers. There's a lot more to the report. So although I've got a lot of good stuff on here, what I would encourage you to do, if you scroll to the bottom of if you click right there, it'll come up as a PDF to the full report. so you can really dive in and get a good feel for what's going on in our housing market. So again, like to keep it short and sweet. And again, each and every month I dive into the Tucson Housing Market Report. I forgot if there's any questions or comments. I forgot to say that at the beginning. Uh, let's see here. We've got a few people. Let's see here. Charles, good morning, Tyler. Hey, Charles, thanks for watching. Let me see if there's any other questions. See the chart, lost your audio. Hopefully it's back on now. Um, I got audio, so I apologize if you lost the audio feed. Let's see here. Franklin. His question is, are you currently seeing a reduction in transactions at the current time? Absolutely, yes. So I will pull this back. Let's see here. I'm going to go back over to the chart here in terms of transactions that close sales. So let me share my screen real quick. So closed sales, Franklin, if you look right here, normally we're about right at, anywhere from the low 900s to upwards to 1,400 closed sales each and every month. Even during 2007, 2008, during the meltdown of the market, we had a lot of activity just because prices dropped quickly, and even though things were home values were dropping quickly. I mean, there was a lot of transactions going on just because home prices were dramatically going down. So the reason here, yeah, we're kind of just at a standstill. And I call it, people are rate locked right now, where there's a lot of people that would want to sell, but they don't want to get off their 3% rate on a 30-year fixed because their payment's going to go up. So there's a lot of people that are just sitting doing nothing as a result of interest rates. So in my opinion, a couple things need to happen. Rates need to pull back. Home values need to go down. Combination of both would do the trick. If rates stay the same, we would need to see about a 20 to maybe 25% pullback to get that home affordability back to where it was when rates were sitting at like 3.5%. So great question, Franklin. Really appreciate it. It's a good one, but yeah, market is slowing down. And if you look at the report, average days on market are going up as a result of interest rates, and so things are taking a little bit longer to sell. But again, to my surprise, home values and the median home price were hanging on. So we shall see what happens, and hopefully the feds are done being aggressive here, and from here, hopefully we'll potentially see rates go sideways and get a pullback, which could add some relief to this market. So with that, again, I like to keep it short and sweet, and really appreciate you watching and tuning into the channel. So each and every week you can dive on in and take a look. You can always subscribe to the channel. If you hit that bell next to the subscribe, it'll notify you anytime there's any new content coming out on YouTube. So again, really appreciate it. Have a great Thanksgiving, and make it a great day.